You have been told a half-truth, a dangerous half-truth that has left millions of people feeling frustrated, powerless, and wondering what they are doing wrong. You've been told to visualize your desires, to script them, to create vision boards, and to maintain a positive mindset. You've been taught to focus on your intention, to send your wish out into the universe and wait for it to be delivered. But if you are like most people, you have followed these steps with devotion, only to find yourself still standing in the same reality, looking at the same bank account, and dealing with the same problems. Why? Because the most popular teachings on manifestation are fundamentally incomplete. They have left out the single most critical step in the entire creative process. This step isn't just an optional extra. It is the engine of creation itself. It's the bridge between the unseen world of potential and the seen world of your experience. The missing step is collapse. This isn't a term I invented. It's borrowed from the strange and powerful world of quantum physics. In the quantum realm, before something is observed, it doesn't exist as a single solid thing. It exists as a wave of pure potentiality, a superposition of every possible outcome. An electron isn't in one specific place. It is in all possible places at once. It is only when an observer looks, when consciousness interacts with that field of potential, that the wave function collapses. In that instant, all possibilities vanish except for one, which snaps into a single concrete point in space-time. This is how matter is born from energy. This is how potential becomes actual. Your desires, your dream life, your ideal partner, your perfect health, they all exist right now as waves of potential in the quantum field. The problem is not that you need to create them. The problem is that you are already, at every moment of every day, an observer. You are constantly collapsing a reality into existence. The critical question is not how to start collapsing, but what are you collapsing? Most people, despite their best intentions and visualizations, are unintentionally and habitually collapsing the reality of their limitations. They are collapsing the familiar energy of lack, of not enoughness, of anxiety about the future, because that is the state they consistently embody. You are not failing to manifest. You are manifesting perfectly all the time. You are just manifesting a perfect match to who you are being. So, how do we direct this collapse? How do we consciously choose which of the infinite possibilities becomes our solid reality? The mechanism is coherence. Collapse is not random. The quantum field responds to a clear, stable, and powerful signal. When your thoughts, your emotions, and your physical body are all aligned, when they are broadcasting the same coherent electromagnetic signature, the field has no choice but to respond. It must collapse into the reality that perfectly matches that signal. Imagine a laser beam versus a regular light bulb. The light bulb scatters light in all directions. This is an incoherent signal. It's weak and diffuse. This is the state of most people. Their thoughts want one thing, their emotions feel another, and their body is stuck in the past. But a laser focuses all its light into a single, powerful, coherent beam. This is the signal that commands the attention of the field. Coherence is when the thought of your future is accompanied by the elevated emotion of that future, and your body is so conditioned to this new state that it believes that future is happening now. The primary challenge of creation is not to wish harder, but to become coherent enough, for long enough, for the collapse to occur. It is an inevitability, a law of physics. The field doesn't judge what you deserve. It simply reflects who you are being. This brings us to the most profound truth of reality creation. You do not manifest what you want. You manifest who you are. Your identity is the master director of the collapse. Your reality is a mirror of your self-concept. If you see yourself as someone who is struggling, you will collapse circumstances that confirm your struggle. If you see yourself as unworthy of love, you will collapse relationships that validate that unworthiness. Your 5-minute visualization practice is meaningless if you spend the other 23 hours and 55 minutes of your day embodying the identity of your old self. This is why positive thinking alone fails. You cannot overlay a positive thought on top of a nervous system that is wired for fear and expect a new reality to emerge. Your body is the subconscious mind. It has been conditioned by years of repetitive thoughts and emotional reactions to be the living record of your past. It is this embodied state, this physical identity, that is constantly sending a signal to the quantum field and collapsing a reality that matches it. To change your reality, you must first change your identity. You have to become the person for whom your desired reality is a natural, normal experience. As the great mystic Neville Goddard taught, you must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You must feel, in your very bones, what it is like to be that person now, before there is any evidence in your outer world. This internal shift in being is the cause. The external manifestation is only the effect. So, how do you make this shift? How do you move from a conceptual understanding to a lived, embodied reality? It begins with breaking the addiction to your old self. This requires practical, disciplined tools that work directly on the body and the subconscious mind. The first tool is coherent breathing. Your breath is the remote control for your nervous system. When you are stressed or in fear, your breathing becomes shallow and rapid, signaling to your body that you are in survival mode. By consciously slowing your breath down, inhaling for 6 seconds and exhaling for 6 seconds, you are sending a signal of safety directly to your brainstem and through the vagus nerve. This calms the body, moves you out of the primitive fight or flight response, and creates a state of internal order. This coherent state is the foundational canvas upon which you can paint your new reality. You cannot build a palace on a shaky foundation. Practice this for 10 minutes every morning. Before you check your phone, before you engage with the problems of your past, you create coherence. You start your day as the creator, not the victim, of your reality. The second tool is imagination as rehearsal. Your brain does not know the difference between a real experience and one that you vividly imagine. When you truly immerse yourself in a mental scene, feeling all the emotions of your desire as if it were happening now, you begin to generate the same neurochemicals and activate the same neural pathways as the actual event. You are installing new neurological hardware. This isn't daydreaming. This is a focused rehearsal for your future. Spend time each day not just seeing what you want, but feeling who you will be when you have it. What does it feel like to walk into that new home? What is the feeling of gratitude and freedom as you look at your debt-free bank account? Feel it so completely that your body gets a chemical taste of that future. This begins the process of reconditioning your body to a new mind. You are teaching it what your future feels like, and the body, as the subconscious, is the target of all real and lasting change. The true architecture of your reality is built upon the foundational beliefs held within your subconscious mind, which neuroscience affirms governs up to 95% of your daily thoughts, behaviors, and automatic reactions. This part of your mind is not rational. It learns through repetition and emotion. This is why simply wanting something is not enough. Your conscious desire, that 5% of your mind, is like a tiny boat trying to change the direction of a massive ocean liner, the subconscious. To truly redirect the ship, you must go into the engine room. This is where your identity is stored. This is the program that is constantly collapsing your reality on autopilot. The experiences of your past, especially those with strong emotional charges, have created deep neural pathways and conditioned your body to live in a certain chemical state. Be it anxiety, guilt, or lack, your body literally becomes addicted to these familiar emotional states. So even when you try to feel abundant or joyful, your body will soon crave its familiar dose of cortisol or adrenaline, and it will trigger thoughts that generate those feelings, pulling you right back into the identity of your past. Your work is to break this biochemical addiction to your old self and create a new baseline state of being. This process is not about fighting your old self. It's about making it irrelevant by creating a new self that is far more compelling. This is where the wisdom of epigenetics comes into play. Epigenetics is the science of how your environment and your internal states, your thoughts and feelings, signal your genes. You are not condemned by your genetic inheritance. Your emotions are chemical feedback that can literally switch certain genes on and others off. By consistently cultivating elevated emotions like gratitude, love, and joy, the very feelings of your wish fulfilled, you are sending new signals to your cells. You are instructing your body to rebuild itself according to a new blueprint. You are literally becoming a new person on a biological level. This is no longer philosophy. It is demonstrable science. You are the genetic engineer of your own future. The signal you broadcast to the field is a direct result of the signals you are sending to your own cells. When you unify your intention, coherent brain, with an elevated emotion, coherent heart, you create a powerful electromagnetic field that radiates out from you. This is the coherent signal of the laser beam. Resonance in quantum mechanics dictates that like frequencies attract. When your broadcast frequency matches the frequency of a potential in the quantum field, you draw that experience to you. It has to come. It is a law of nature. The great spiritual traditions understood this long before we had the scientific language to describe it. Vedanta philosophy speaks of reality as Maya, a projection of consciousness. The Bible states, "To him who has, more will be given." This wasn't a statement about material wealth. It was a formula for creation. To the one who has the internal state of abundance, more abundance will appear externally. To the one who embodies love, more love is drawn to them. It is a perfect feedback loop. The observer effect, so famously demonstrated in the double-slit experiment, shows us that the act of observation, of placing your attention on something, literally influences the behavior of energy and matter. You are that observer. Your focused attention, charged with emotion, is the most powerful creative force in the universe. Where you place your attention is where you place your energy, and what you are observing with feeling, you are collapsing into reality. The challenge is that most people's attention is fractured, constantly pulled back into the problems, dramas, and limitations of their current identity. Your practice is to discipline your attention and consistently place it on the reality you choose to experience. To accelerate this embodiment, we introduce the third practice. Pre-sleep embodiment. The moments just before you fall asleep are pure gold for reprogramming the subconscious. As you drift off, your brainwaves slow down from the analytical beta state into the suggestible alpha and theta states. The theta state is the realm of the subconscious. It's the state you were in as a young child when your core beliefs were being programmed. In this state, the barrier between the conscious and subconscious mind is at its thinnest. This is your opportunity to bypass the critical, analytical mind and speak directly to the operating system. Instead of replaying the worries of the day, use this time to rehearse your future. Lie in bed and bring to mind the scene that implies your wish is fulfilled. Don't just watch it like a movie. Step into it. Feel the bed sheets in your new home. Smell the ocean from your balcony. Hear the words of congratulations. Feel the gratitude swelling in your chest until it becomes the last feeling you are conscious of before you drift into sleep. You are marinating your subconscious mind in the feeling of your future for 8 hours. This practice, done consistently, is one of the most potent ways to rewrite your identity at its core. The fourth component is the integration of micro-habits. Grand gestures are impressive, but lasting change is built on the foundation of small, consistent actions that reinforce your new identity. Your subconscious learns by what you do, not just by what you think. Ask yourself, who is the person I am becoming? How would that person act right now? Then, take a small action that aligns with that identity. If you are becoming a wealthy person, you don't go and spend money you don't have. But maybe you start managing the money you do have with impeccable care and attention, as a wealthy person would. If you are becoming a healthy, vibrant person, maybe your micro-habit is choosing water over soda, or taking a 10-minute walk. These small acts are votes for your new identity. Each one sends a message to your subconscious that says, "This is who we are now." Over time, these micro-habits build a powerful momentum, making your new state of being your default. Rather than something you have to work hard to maintain, I want you to pause and think of one micro-habit you can commit to starting today. A small, simple action that represents the future you are stepping into. Commit to it in the comments below. Declare your new identity. As you begin this work, you will inevitably encounter resistance. The old identity will not go quietly. It will generate doubt, fear, and impatience. Your body, craving its familiar chemical state, will scream for a return to the known. The outer world, for a time, may continue to reflect your past. This is the most critical phase. This is where most people give up. They see the lack of immediate external feedback as proof that it isn't working, and they revert to their old state of being, collapsing the same reality all over again. You must understand that there is a lag time. It takes time for the new signal to consolidate and for the quantum field to orchestrate the events, people, and opportunities that will bring your new reality to fruition. During this phase, your only job is to remain faithful to your new state of being, regardless of what your senses are telling you. You must turn your attention away from the 3D world that is the shadow of your past and hold your attention on the unseen world of your future. This is a process of stabilizing your new frequency. Think of it like tuning a radio. Your old identity was tuned to a station of static and bad news. You are now consciously tuning the dial to a new station, one that plays the music of your ideal future. At first, there will be static. The old frequency will try to bleed through. You will have moments of doubt. You will get triggered. The key is not to judge yourself or to believe the old story. When doubt arises, you notice it, you breathe, and you gently return your attention and your feeling state to your desired reality. You practice your coherence breathing. You run your mental rehearsal. You perform your micro-habit. You are training yourself, with loving discipline, to hold the new frequency until it becomes your dominant vibration. You must care more about the feeling of your future than you do about the conditions of your present. This is the ultimate test of faith. Not faith in some external power, but faith in your own creative power and the immutable laws of the universe. When you can maintain that internal state of joy, abundance, or love before the event has occurred, you have moved from being a victim of your reality to being its master. You have collapsed the time and space between thought and experience. The conclusion is this: manifestation is not a technique you perform. It is the inevitable byproduct of the identity you embody. You are always collapsing a reality. There is no off switch. The only question is whether you are doing it consciously, by design, or unconsciously, by default. The work is not to get something from the outside world. The work is to become someone new on the inside. It's a shift from the paradigm of asking and waiting to the paradigm of being and allowing. You stop pleading with the universe and you start commanding it through the coherent signal of your new self. This is your true power. It has been within you all along, waiting for you to remember. Stop focusing on the vision board on your wall and start focusing on the state of being within your body. Regulate your nervous system. Rehearse your future until it feels more real than your past. Program your subconscious mind as you sleep. Take small, aligned actions that prove to yourself that you are already that person. Live as the collapse. Don't wait for your reality to change to feel good. Feel good to change your reality. Embody the feeling of your wish fulfilled so completely that you forget you are even waiting for it. And then, one day, you will look around and realize that the world has rearranged itself around you. Not by magic, but by law. The law of collapse. The law of being. Your only task is to decide who you are now, and then to live in that truth until the world has no choice but to agree with you. The time for wishing is over. The time for being is now.